Good morning. Let me pull my notes up because you do not want me to go without my notes. By the way, David Specht, keep this in mind, brought to you by SpechtHealth.com. Yes, no countdowns anymore. Going right into it because I know you're a busy person, and even 10 seconds of a wait might be too much for you to hold on for. And this is an extremely important video today that I want to share with you. I want to talk to you about a session that I was at our conference Level Up last week, and it was called I See You. And in that session, various people in the audience stood up and gave what their struggles were, what their concerns were, what their shortcomings they felt were. And each one of the leadership of our organization stood up in response and began with the words, I see you. And then they went on to talk about some of their own struggles, some of their own feelings of inadequacy, some of the things that they went through or currently going through. And I found it very powerful. As a matter of fact, the people around me, there were some that were crying. There were some that were just really taken aback. And what the general consensus was the reason why it was so powerful was because we as humans want to be seen, heard, and loved. We want to know that somebody understands what we're going through. We want to know that we're not alone in the battle. And so today I want to talk to you about the things that I see you in. So here's 3 areas that I think you may be struggling with in your life. Number 1, and this is for you specifically, you've always been bigger. You've always been, as they used to term in children's clothes, husky. You are always the big guy or the big gal. And that is your identity. You have created this identity in yourself that you're big boned, you're always going to be this size. Can I tell you, I see you? Because I was you. I was the guy that was, 250, then pushing up to 300, then pushing up to 320, pretty much figuring out this was my lot in life. And that was my identity, was that I was a bigger guy, that I, wore the 56 or bigger jacket when and I'd have to always buy a new jacket. Every time I had to wear a suit, I would have to buy a new jacket because the one I had in the closet was too small. I see you. And can I tell you, there's hope for you. Maybe you're the person that dropped weight before only to gain it back. And you're just wondering, why do I have to be on this yo-yo? Why can't I get something? Why can't I be consistent in my health? Can I tell you, I see you? In fact, I was you. In the early 2000s, I lost 50 or 60 pounds on Atkins, and I was doing great until I got that scoop of mashed potatoes. And then they just sent me right back into where I was. Why? Because I didn't know what it meant to be healthy. And the always a big guy identity was always in the back of my head. And my environment was not conducive to my new lifestyle. I didn't learn habits. I was just simply willpowering my way. I mean, I got to the place where I hated bacon. Think about that for a minute. So if that was the situation, how could you ever think about sustaining it? That it turns the things that you love into the things that you hate, or it turns and it takes the choice away from you. I see you. You don't have to be on the yo-yo anymore. You can learn how to live this life, how to live a healthy life, how to change your identity. Or maybe you worked hard all your life. You've sacrificed for your family. You've sacrificed for the business. You've grinded, and you're hitting the middle part of your life, and you just don't know if you can do something new again to sacrifice early because you know how hard the grind is in the early days. I see you. I am you. Changing focus of my vocation as a result of weight loss and healthy habits and becoming a healthier version of myself created a sense of fear, to be honest with you, that somehow this new life that I have found this new direction I found, this new purpose that I have found is going to be less than? Can I gear up and really put in the work again? You see, I see you. And yes, you can. You have been duped into believing that your life somehow reaches its peak in the 40s, and when you hit 50 to 60, now all of a sudden it's time to work towards your retirement, towards the things that you've been putting off, the bucket list, if you will. And can I tell you, that's a lie from the pit of hell. You can do new things. You can do hard things in your 50s, because I have, and I currently do. Now, I'm no different than you. I'm no better, no worse. I see you. So what's the point of all this, David? Why are you bringing all this up in this moment on this Thursday? Because I want you to know that you're not alone. Because if we are convinced that we are the only ones suffering from this, or that we're the only ones dealing with this, then we can get caught up in our own heads and never move forward in our lives, attaining the life that we were meant to attain. For those of you who are believers like me, Jesus said he came so that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. Abundant life is not a number in the bank account. Abundant life is how you're living every day moving forward. Does it involve bank account? Yes. Does it involve spirituality? Yes. Does it involve relationships? Yes, it involves all of it. But if you've convinced yourself that you're always going to be this way or that way, if you've created an identity of I'm always that guy or that girl, or if you've convinced yourself that I'm that age and now it's time to slow down, can I tell you, you're not alone? But can I also tell you, that's not the truth. So I encourage you today, get yourself surrounded with people. Reach out to me. Reach out to somebody that will help you move forward in your health, your life, your business, whatever it is, your relationships, your spiritual walk. You are far from done. You're far from who you think you may be. You're far from what other people say you are. You were created on purpose for a purpose. And that, my friends, is why I see you. God bless.